Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm here showing you some altered fabric index cards. And they're very easy to make. I'm making these for my next vintage sewing pattern junk journal. So I just covered the front with fabric. I have a little centerpiece here that has fabric, some lace, and then there's obviously the vintage lady right there. And then you flip it up and there's the index card. You can turn it this way and write on it. You can, do whatever you want to with the index card, journaling space, add some more ephemera. I made them all, pretty much the same. I just did the front a little bit different. Here's a yellow polka dot one. I just did some fabric and lace right there. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath or I'm hurting. It's because I really am hurting. I just had total knee replacement yesterday, so I'm bearing through this, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I just wanted to let you know that if I sound tired or wore out, that's why. Okay, so here is the vintage lady on the front. And then again, you flip that up and here's some more journaling space. Add some ephemera. You can add a picture. You can write on that, obviously. And same with the back. You can do, if you don't glue this in, you can glue this in on 3 sides. And then you have a tuck spot right here. Or you can glue it in on these 3 sides and have another tuck spot up at the top. Okay. And then I made this one. I'm just showing you different varieties. On this one, I stamped some sewing images on the front here. And then I just did my my trim and my fabric here on the side with the vintage lady. Okay, so I'm using index cards that are 4 by 6. You could use smaller ones if you'd like. I know there's, I don't know the other sizes. I got these from Dollar Tree, and then I just coffee dyed them. And then very easy, I just have some fabric swatches here. I'm just going to glue the back of this. Put some glue on the back here, and then, well, if I can get my glue to go down there. Okay, so I just put some glue on the back there. And then again, you determine if you want it, up at the top, if you want it in the middle. I'm going to put this one up at the top. And then I have some lace here that I'm going to glue onto that piece. Okay, so I have this. All right. There we go. And then I have my vintage lady. And then I have a saying that says, live, love, sew. All right, so I'm just gonna obviously put these on like this. All right, and of course you could sew around this, sew around the edges, sew around this. I'm not doing any sewing today or probably for a couple weeks because my sewing machine is downstairs. I know I need to get exercise and walk around. I do have physical therapy next week. And I know that because if you don't, then it gets all stiff on you and then you have a hard time recovering. You can't bend it as much. I had a total knee replacement on my left knee 2 years ago. And at that point I needed them both done, but my doctor wouldn't do them both at the same time, which I can see why now. Anyway, so then I'm going to use glue up here at the top and then just glue this whole piece onto the top. That way you can flip it and have your journaling card, have your index card there on the back so that you can do whatever you want to with that. Okay, so there's 3 different ways of putting fabric on your index card. And again, mine's going to go into a vintage journal, vintage sewing journal, sewing patterns. All right. If you haven't subscribed, could you please do so? Give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. I would certainly appreciate that. And thank you.